But first, I just want to kind of thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank RL for agreeing to come out and helping us put on this show. Because I know you guys didn't come here to see us. Appreciate it. All right, so we're going to start this award ceremony. And I got to tell you, man, I was counting all the tallies, and these are some tremendous bikes, man. You guys did a great job. So give you guys self a round of applause and each other a round of applause for coming out and bringing your bikes. I know a lot of you came from a 12, 13-hour drive. You know, we got people coming in from New York to California, Michigan to St. Louis. I mean, all the way down to Louisiana. And it was just a tremendous turnout, and we just can't be more grateful at all. So, to my left is my partner in crime here. This is Jamie Powell. He helped me out, so this is our show together. And then to my right, who just walked away, this is Mike Carmani. He helped us promote. He's got his own show called Holy Grails on YouTube. So check that out when you can. And again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who came out. This is just pretty awesome. So here's Mike. He had a few words that he wanted to talk about.
All right. Yeah. Once again, I want to say thank you for everyone coming out. Before I introduce RL Osborn, he's going to say just a few words. I'm not sure exactly where he is right now. RL, if he'll kind of begin to make his way in this direction, we just want to have him say just a few words. Hey, real quickly, if everyone kind of direct their attention right towards the center there, we have an amazing build that really needs some recognition. This year we lost one of our brothers in the BMX community to COVID. His name is John Molina. And John Molina's bike is right over, it's a Hutch Pro Racer that's absolutely phenomenal. Got my vote for 83 race, I think. Anyways, John's wife allowed us to bring the bike here to show on his behalf. So I know she's not here, but just a big round of applause for John, his wife, and those who kind of orchestrated that. And Ron Stowe was the orchestrator of that. So Ron, we want to say thank you very much. You're a blessing.
It's really cool, man. I thought a bike show would be like 3 or 4 guys hanging out, drinking beer, talking about the bikes. I didn't know this was going on. You know, this much stuff. And to see some of these old bikes, like that Cook Brothers, that guy's riding from the 70s. And you see the parts on that bike, how that bike influenced so many other bikes. And how the bikes that we all rode, all the guys that are 40 to 50 or whatever, how they influence the new bikes. It's all kind of interesting. It's all kind of tied in together. But this has been a really time-traveling experience for me, kind of walking to the airport, going to a show, you know, different reasons and stuff, but 35 years in between. It's a really weird thing. What else? And I want to say, Alan and Jamie, these 2 guys have been the most professional guys I've ever worked with, and did an excellent job on putting this thing together. I mean, they hustled. So many details, so many advances in this show. We were talking about that. And I don't know how you guys feel about the show, but I'm really impressed. I want to give them a round of applause. Got to come here with my son. Dylan, right there. Yep. I don't do anything for that. I try to make decisions and argue. Got to meet Mike Carmody. Yep. Flip from Albe's. I talk to him all the time, man. I thought it was like a businessman, you know, short hair and glasses. We were on the ride last night. Someone's like going, "Hey, Flip's here." And he's pointing at him. I'm like, "Where?" He's like 5 feet in front of me. I'm like, "It's right there." I'm like, "This surfer-looking guy, but I don't see anybody else. But that's so cool to see, like, company owners that are really sharp. I mean, I order parts from them every day and answers a lot of questions for me, but they look like bicycle riders, but they're running their businesses. I think that's cool as hell. So all kinds of history that's going on here. Dayton, this place I love. Just love the people here. It's got the whole kind of setting and everybody's mellow and just really enjoy it. I don't really know what else I'm supposed to say. All right, I'm supposed to say thank you now, and thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, big round of applause for R.L. Osborn, the legend. About a month ago, I received a phone call from a complete stranger. And he's like, hey, I'm Billy Grand, from Billy Grand. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I want to be a sponsor. And I was like, okay. And he's like, you got any tables? I'm like, yeah, okay. So recently he said, hey, I got a few words to say I'd like to talk about. I'm like, okay, no problem. So here is Billy Grand.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Hey, everybody, how you doing?
Hey. Awesome show.
How did you follow that up? I was hoping to go before RL and not behind you. My name is Billy Grand. I'm with BillyGrands.com and Skyway Recreation. I cannot begin to tell you how happy and pleased I am to be here in front of y'all. You guys are my bikes.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Stay rad, brother. About 2 years ago, I walked out of the oil field, the oil industry, which I was in for a long time. First, I'd like to give praise and glory to Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Jehovah Yahweh for calling me out of the darkness and saving my life. All right, I was in the oil industry, very unhappy. Made it to the top, thought I wanted to be there. Was not where I wanted to be. God had put the passion in my heart in 1979 for BMX. I had lost my dad in an oil field accident, and I just retreated within myself. And the BMX Action magazines, the BMX Plus magazines, and RL, and Mike Bubb, and Stu Thompson, and Greg Hill, all these guys filled that void that was in my young life. So it always stuck with me. So when I got the chance financially, I got the chance in my life to answer the call that God put on my life to step out and do the thing I wanted to do. This was the thing I wanted to do. And I've been doing business for about 2 years with a lot of y'all here. BMX Museum, eBay, online, personal deals, phone calls, and things like that. But there was an element that was missing, and I didn't realize it until yesterday on our ride. The element that was missing from the business that I was doing was the people. The face-to-face contact, the handshakes, putting the face to the name, getting to hear people encourage each other, and seeing the kids out with their families riding the bikes. You guys are my people, man. I'm so glad to be a part of it. I'm so glad to be here. Like I said, I'm with Skyway Recreation. Got hooked up with them. I'm 52 years old. I have never ridden in a race in my life, but this year I am going to start racing BMX bikes. Am I going to win? Probably not. But I'm going to get major style points. I'm going to run the old school Skyway frame with the Haro plates and the tough wheels. Coming out of gate one is Billy Grand, old school Billy. I'm going to go old school all the way. I want to keep it alive, man. You know, one of the worst fears that I have is that someday these bikes will be forgotten. That these bikes will be in pawn shops, in garbage heaps, in trash bins, and forgotten, and that scares me. It keeps me up at night. I mean, I love these bikes, and I love our community. I love the whole vibe of everything so much. I've committed the rest of my life to it. There's two things that changed my life forever, and I always say this. It's Jesus Christ and BMX. Now, I have committed the rest of my life to the proliferation of both. Once again, I'm just so glad, man, to be here. So happy to be here, so stoked. And I cannot believe, I mean, what? Behind R.L. Osborn. Can you believe it? I mean, man, I used to sit in my room and look at those magazines and watch him doing those tricks. Next level, epic, off the charts. Cannot believe that we are in the same room with him. Cannot believe that I'm following him speaking behind him. I mean, man, this is the culmination of a lot of work, hard years, a lot of money, and a lot of praying. I'm just so glad to be here. So glad to rub elbows with all you fine people. God bless all of y'all. Stay rad. Peace out.
Billy Grand, everybody.
See y'all next year.
Said see you all next year. All right. All right, here we go. The last 3 trophies are R.L. Osborn's personal picks for bikes that he liked, that he considered a tribute bike to him. Okay? And I spoke with him. He came up to me and he's like, man, this is impossible. Like, these bikes are so nice. He's like, he had a hard time choosing. And, but we worked with him, and Jamie and Mike helped him out and said, okay, we kind of guided him a little bit. But he said it was nearly impossible. He said everybody's bikes were just beautiful, and he had a really hard time choosing. But when it came down to it, he did pick 3, and here is his top 3 picks for his tribute bike.
Okay, the first pick is a 1984 RL20 Pro Styler by Mike Carmody. His second pick, a 1987 RL22 by Scott Zakatis. And RL's third and final pick is a 1988 RL22 Pro Styler by Mark Riley. Okay, that ends our presentation of trophies. Thank you so much.